I'll be honest, literally.
Right.
Soaking wet bloody towel.
We should have just gone live. Perhaps one
Yeah,
of you.
Yep.
We have, yeah?
Yes, we have.
Oh dear, what a malarkey. We'll give it a chance for a few people to join in chat because I normally have the the thing come through. So no one's in chat, I don't think, as we speak.
There's 3 watching. That's us 3.
There's a thumbs down. Someone's there. Oh dear, oh Lord. Thumbs up. Here we go. The Cloud Cartel. Straight in there. Good evening to you. Because you're first, let's put you on the screen. There we go. Oh dear, what a to-do, as they say. What a to-do. So, well, there's a few people in now. People are starting to come in. That's good. Oh, right, okay. Well, like I say, we'll just give... I know, Daniel. No notifications at all. Let me explain that while people are joining us. I had an update on the Mac, which I thought, oh yeah, I'll just do that before I do my thumbnails and for Twitter, Facebook, and schedule it for YouTube. And I didn't realise it's going to take over an hour for that to actually take place. So
yeah, don't do that.
I should have just left it. So anyway, yeah, over an hour. So it's just sort of caps off the kind of day I'm having, really. But so consequently, there was no notifications. It just straight into it. So hopefully, people will start to join. Right, I'll turn my phone off, but I forgot I've got a new watch that bleeps every time I get a message now. This technology, folks. This technology.
What watch? Did you get an Apple Watch?
I did, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
No, that's okay. He can check his stocks while he's on the move now. Like,
well, that was bizarrely that was an order just going through.
Right, everybody that's got Mark on Messenger, on WhatsApp, just send them messages. Send them loads of messages. Get his hand by rating. We'll enjoy it.
I think I've got some sort of disease. My arm will be buzz.
The wasps are back in the room.
Oh, wasps. Talk about those wasps. We'll get to that. There's an update. Update on wasps as well. Right, how many have we got in now? We've got 20, so 28. Let's start to say hello to a few people. Then we'll try and get some organisation into this madhouse. Firstly, Roy, warm welcome to you, and good to see you looking better. You're all right now,
Still not 100%, but getting there. So I might have to mute a few times for the odd talk or 3. But compared to what I was this time last week, I'm fighting fit.
You're brand new. Right, okay, well, Cloud Cartel, I've said good evening to. I'll say hello again. Dion, hi Dion. Adrian Mason, good evening. Albert Valenti, good evening. Daniel, no notifications at all, Daniel. Good evening, Daniel. John McCutcheon, good evening. Lee, good evening. Graham. Richard Lewis, did I say Adrian Mason? Yes, I did. Phoenix Vapes, King Solo, good evening. Peter Kendall, yeah, sort of just had to refresh. Yeah, there you go. And you know, if our talking's out of sync, maybe you got to do that as well. I've noticed on my iPad when I updated it, yeah, it does, Dion. It just took over an hour. And then to cap it all, I had an update on Ecamm Live as well, which is the platform I use this on, with 3 bug fixes on there. And then Roy's new update on his Windows 11 didn't want to play ball with the microphone. So, yeah, we've had fun. Cheech cancelled. Good evening, Cheech cancelled. Graham Mark's posh. I'm posh. Not posh. Am I posh?
The Apple Watch.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the battery in my other watches, every single one, because I kind of replace the batteries at the same time, and they all went flat, and they don't seem to have lasted long at all this time. So I said to Tina about maybe for Christmas, I can tell her this year what I would like, and Tina bought it for me, and she was happy for me to have it early. So I'm a lucky boy.
Absolutely.
Very lucky boy. So yeah, I love it as well. It's really handy. It saves you having to get your phone out of your pocket every time you hear it go ping. You can just look at your hand, so it's quite nice. Right, where else? Where was it go? Mark Triggle, good evening to you. Paul Winstanley. Roy, Eden Roy.
Evening.
You're in here again. Rasper. Grant, Eden Rasper, Grant Mullins, Nicky Maynard, and up to date. As quick as that. As quick as a flash. Yeah, so what were you talking about there with Cloud Carter? What's the cracking tank? Which one was he asking about?
The Alien RDTA that apparently I convinced him to buy a few weeks ago. He's still vaping on it.
Ah, right. Okay, great.
Oh, that's good.
Good news.
It is a cracking wee tank. I haven't been on tanks and everything else. I have literally been on disposables and these wee pods. That's all I've been vaping for the past 2 weeks.
So you didn't do my trick then and get some crystals from the chemist and drop them in your RPA?
No.
No.
I have cold vapes here, and
It's not the
actually gave
same.
away.
Same.
No, I mean really cold vapes, ice vapes, and it just made me feel worse. Just made me cough even more. So, but 5 COVID tests and not one of them positive. Woohoo!
So another
that's
5
good.
tests in life you've failed, Roy.
Exactly. I'm just a complete and utter failure. And at the minute, folks, if anybody's wondering the weird angle and everything else, is because I'm on my phone because Windows 11 does not want to play with my microphone, my Rode mic, or even play with the microphone coming through the C920.
Oh, hello. What was that? Your face, Roy. Quick, Roy, get your tin hat on.
It's just making weird sounds now. It's playing weird music. What's
They're coming for you, Roy.
I don't know what that was.
I have no idea what that is at all.
Right, Roy. Well, because you weren't there last week, tell us what you've been vaping on, like you just have.
The Univapo Mizo Pro. Constantly 2 of these in my hand. Absolutely cracking little device. 1,000 milliamp battery. I've had this to hand, but I haven't, as you can see by the colour of the liquid, I haven't even been hardly even able to vape it. But the flavour of this, so didn't lose my flavour. And I've got 2 little disposables, Luck Bar and Bubblegum. That side's the camera at that side. And
Is that the same as this thing?
Blue Raz.
Was that True Bar, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a Frunk bar.
What?
Frunk.
My colleague got a couple of them at work, and she really
like
enjoys
that?
the banana ice one.
What, in the Frunk bar?
Yeah,
I never
she really
tried.
enjoys the.
It's still in the
them fizzes
wrapper.
are not too shabby, they ain't, right? Not too shabby. What's this funk bar like, Mark? Come on.
I'm having a hell of a job to vape it, Jackson. It's still in the wrapper.
Come on.
Get a
have
pair
a
of
go.
scissors.
I haven't even tried it. What flavour is it? Let's take it out. It's been sitting down here for weeks, to be honest with you. Energy Burst.
Whoa.
So it's
Yeah.
energy drink. It's like
Come
Red
on.
Bull kind of. Yeah, we sell them in the shop, so it's. I know a couple of them.
What,
I
the
know a
Plunk
couple of the
Bar?
flavours we do. Yeah, we
Someone
do
could have told me,
Cola
couldn't
Club.
they? Peel
You
label
have
off
got the
before
Plunk
use.
Bar, ain't you?
Christ, James, you sound like you got the lurgy as well.
I do, but I'm just soldiering on.
Full label.
What do you call it? They've got Club Cola. They've got the Energy Burst. They've got Berry Mixer,
Yeah, like,
Grape and
is
Passion
it
Fruit.
cold?
No, not the one he's got. It does have cold ones. You've got Banana Freeze, Peach on Ice, Mint Mania, Mango, Iced Mango, and there's another one. I just can't bloody remember.
That's got mint in it. Or cool, or something. Pepper. Something in it. I tasted worse, but it's not my type of flavour.
Oh, Jackson, you look gutted. You thought you'd won him over there.
No, I think if he had the right bar, I do think if he had the right bar, you know, I'm not saying, you know, these disposables are the next best thing. I'm not saying that, but they do come in handy, and I'm going to be honest. Especially with me over the weekend, I was using them all day on Sunday. I had to, I had no choice. So it dug me out of a hole rather than, you know, go a bag of hole. You know, like they're not for everybody, right? But for some people out there, they do work.
Yeah.
Like everything, though, isn't there? That's the fun thing about vaping. You've got a bit there. There's that much different stuff, different liquids, different tanks, different mods. It's something for everybody, isn't it? We all don't like the same thing. I think if we all like the same bloody tank and the same mod, you know,
we're in trouble.
So we need
Boris is in chat. Evening, Boris. I've got a question for you in a little while, Boris. We'll come to that. So, Roy, have you finished what you're vaping on? Are you going to pass it somewhere?
I pass it to... Just because Jackson's got a drink in his hand, I'll pass it to him.
Right. No, we'll get this. The Aegis X. It never shows up very well for me. With a torch. Oh, there we go. That's a bit bad. You know, not too bad, that. Not too shabby. So we've got the torch with the Aegis X. With the blackcurrant and raspberry, 100%. Obviously, it's got ice. This, I recently put a review out for it. I think it's bloody brilliant. I really do. The Wasp. Nano. No, the Wasp Nano RTA number 2. I think it's single coil brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I haven't seen your review yet, Jackson. I saw the thumbnail and I will watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know. I brought it. You know, I like the look of it. You know, Umio, for me anyway, I've always liked some of their stuff, and I thought I'd get it. You know, and I think the thing with me was I've recently obviously done the Blotto. I brought the Blotto single coil, and I had problems with that, and then obviously I fixed my problems my end. But I know other people, you know, said to me that they're disappointed with it. They've chucked it in the bin, blah blah blah. So the thing with me was it needed to be sort of better than the Blotto, and in hindsight and everything, pardon me language, but it pisses all over the Blotto. It's absolutely stunning. Yeah, the flavour off it's really, really, really good. And in that, I've got blueberries and cherries from Jinx, and that's it, to be fair, we have, and a pint of Coke. And I'll give it to Mick.
Thank you very much, Jackson. I am on the Cabello. On the Vaporstorm Eco, little 18650 single battery number, and that I have got some super good number 6, which is the Butter 6 Blueberry Candy Floss Cookies and Cream. It's a mouthful for a liquid, but it's very, very good.
Isn't it?
And I brought out an old favourite. I brought out the True Tank, and it's on the Lucid. And inside that, I have I don't have the bottle anymore, but I've got the sweet tobacco in there from the Salt line, and it's 20 milligrams. It's in that.
Good tank, that, isn't it, James?
It's a cracking tank. It's not too shabby. And
Excellent.
for drinking, I have tea, and I've
Tea?
got some diluting juice.
Mm.
Yes.
Right, you are. Okay, well, I am on.
And over to the boss.
Yeah, I'm on the Mod 2, which I spent all weekend, this weekend, adding products to the site. This was one of them with all its extras. And I wish I'd have been more prepared tonight, because let's see if I can show you on here. I was talking about having some of the inserts blank so we could pre-drill them ourselves. And those lovely people from Ambition Mods have done it just for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
50 of each of the sizes, so we can have a drill, have a play, and they're coming. I've got a tracking number, so they're all on the way. All that stuff's on the way, including the, what I call it, the diesel, because that's what they called it. What did they rename it? Can't remember.
It was like
The bridge.
Mall something. It was like a Dutch word for a windmill.
It'll come to me in a minute.
Like
So
or something like that.
I've been vaping that.
So like somebody had mentioned in chat last week that their stainless steel
would be hard to drill.
Insets. Yeah. So what kind of drill bit would you need for a diamond drill bit? Or
no, I'll when they arrive, I'll have a little drill and see how hard they are. I can't believe they're going to be that hard to drill, really. So we'll see. And I mean, I guess I'm probably luckier than most. I got a pillar drill and things like that. But even so, I don't think, centre punch it or something first. I don't think it would be that hard to have a little drill. So you'll be amazed. I'm not the only one with a pillar drill. There'll be quite a few people out there with all those little. I love these little workshops people have got in their garages and stuff. It's great. People have got more gear than you realise, I think. So I'm also on the Elite Pro. Got that on the go here. These have been sent today. The Elite Pro and Light. The Elite Light. I couldn't think of the other one. With all the accessories, the thunder coils, the inserts, the spare glasses, the shoelace cotton. It's all on the site. If you go under brands and have a look under Thunderhead Creations, you'll see it all there. So I'm expecting that to arrive hopefully by the end of this week. Failing that, very often these things come on a Monday. I don't know why. And I got their coil in that one. It's quite good. Inside that, I've got
the name of the tank is the Molen. The Molen.
Thank you, the Molen. Yeah. Yes, I should have remembered that, because when
shouted that out.
When I was trying to put it on the site, it kept spell correcting it to Molem, and I'm like, oh. So I had to keep changing it. So yeah, Molen. Yeah, you're quite right. So yeah, they're on their way and should be here soon. Inside that, I've got the mango, peach, and papaya. And talking of mango, peach, and papaya, the concentrates are now back in stock. I've had numerous people ask me by email, a lot of them, when are you going to have it back in? It is now back. And so is the blackcurrant, raspberry, and lemonade, another popular one. So they're both now in stock. I'm on the Bishop, but the Bishop with a difference. I've got the top on it, but see if this comes through. Normally with a mouth to lung, there's a 0.99 ohm coil, 13.2 watts. You won't see that because it's green. It won't show up, but it is, trust me. So normally you wouldn't be able to vape long on that, would you, before it got sort of dry? So have a look and a listen.
You eat crackle.
Didn't stop there for some time. So inside there, the other week I touched on it. A lot of the RDTAs and things at the minute. We've got the stainless steel mesh feeding a cotton wick. I've turned that on its head, and I've got a little bit of cotton that just laying on top at the bottom, and I've got a stainless steel mesh for my wick. So, and it's actually, I don't know why I didn't do it more often or before. I did it years ago. And maybe I'll do a little, explain to people. If someone's interested in doing it, I'll tell you how to do it. It's not hard to do. But you end up with a really nice vape. You don't get any dry hits because there's nothing to burn, is there? So it's quite nice. Jackson's face. Come on, Jackson. It's in your head.
I'm interested in this. I do. I mean, I am really interested. Yeah, I need to know.
I sense another tutorial review coming.
Yeah, because I like Maftalong. I really do like Maftalong vaping, so I'll definitely try this.
Well, I've also got, Jackson, this might interest you because you've got all the gear to do this. I've got the Ed 4:15. Okay. 4:15. And I've also done the same thing in here, coil-wise. So it works in here as well.
Yes, Mike, need to be sharing this.
You've also got the Ripley, Jackson. So you've also got the stainless steel mesh, Jackson. So you can do it. Yeah? So have vape. Really, really good vape. Really good vape. And the black.
So you can hear this. You can hear the crackle, but you don't really hear any turbulence.
I've never.
Obviously, I'm never. Through my headphones, I can't hear any turbulence.
There isn't turbulence at all. I've never had to go on a shisha pipe, but I can only imagine it's aiming more that way because you just get that little sort of pop of the juice, but you're not getting anything burnt. So I'll go close to the mic.
It's just smooth.
That is smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Smooth. And the black currant in this, Jackson, tastes gorgeous.
No, we have to try this. I'm trying this.
I nearly did a chef. And I think that's all. That's all I'm vaping on. But yeah, if anyone's interested, I'll do it on the table if you want. I'll show you how to do it. It's not hard.
Definitely.
In a nutshell, all you do is, I'll try and verbally tell you, cut your mesh to the outside of where you normally would put the wick.
Yeah.
So in a strip. And in the Ripley, you got one short length of strip and one long.
Yeah.
Use the short one. That's all you need. Cut it. Right. Cut that one virtually down the middle. That's about the right width, Jackson. Yeah. Start to roll it round something like that.
Yeah.
Just a point. Get it started, and then remember how you used to roll the cigarette? Just go like that. Yeah. Keep going like that till it gets thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner, till you've got it about 2.5 mil in diameter, and you can eyeball that pretty much.
Yeah.
Hold it to the side with a pair of little tweezers, which I can't find in front of me, and just blowtorch it. Not till it goes white, just so it goes red, and that will stop it carrying any current at all. It will just then be a carrier, right? It won't hold the current.
Yeah.
It will stop it having a resistance. And then just poke it through the coil. At that point, just pulse your coil and check that your ohms are reading right. Like this one's 0.92, so that reads fine. Yeah. And then when it is, which, to be honest, I've not had to rejiggle it. It's a bit like the old Genesis system. And then just put your cotton down the holes and just drag your cotton just over the top of the edge slightly, so it then wicks. The cotton brings it up and then lets it go straight over the mesh. So give yourself 10 minutes, Jackson. Get that built right now. Yeah. Come on.
I need to have a look at that. No, I do. I'm interested in that.
Do it, Jackson, and do a review. I think that would be good.
Yeah.
I'll let you have that review. How's that? Or I'm
not too shabby that. Yeah.
So Boris, as I say, is in chat. I'm just curious. I'll throw a question out there. Why are we paying France £50 million a year to stop people coming over the channel in boats?
Don't start me on these. I'm staying quiet.
You see, Roy, I've got a solution. That's a million. That's £1 million a week, right? And they're clearly not doing it. They're not trying to stop them, are they? So I've got a solution. You might as well take that £1 million, go in a helicopter, and just drop the money on the shoreline, right? The £1 million a week, and there'll be another million next week, boys. But we don't want any of you coming over the channel. They won't want to come. They'll be there picking up money, won't they?
I have a better option. I have a better option with your helicopter.
Sorry?
I have a better option with your helicopter.
Oh, Roy, come on, keep it right.
2 jumpies.
They're people. People are all people. I mean, that to be honest, I know I'm joking, but they're desperate people. You know, there's people in this modern day should not be in poverty, living in squalor. I don't believe.
No.
So that would solve another solution. It would give them some money. They could go shopping in France. They wouldn't want to come here.
But why is it though? Why is it only fighting age men that seem to be in poverty and going across in the boats? Where's all the women and children?
I know. It's
because
they've left them behind and putting money back home. But why go off and leave your family?
Well, there are women and children coming over too, Roy. I've seen them in the boats, but this refugee thing, I just think, in this modern day and age, I think the whole thing stinks. People shouldn't be that desperate.
It has to go deeper than that, though. You look at they talk about third world countries like South Africa, and take India for instance. India is still classified as a third world country. We pay them it's up to £57 million a year in foreign aid. But yet they can run a £141 million space program to put things into space, but they can't house their people in Delhi or any of the northern. You go down to South India, there's little bits of luxury, but if you go into North India,
I'm beginning to wish I hadn't run this one up the arse now.
That's it. That's it. But why can a country? It's the governments of those countries that need sorted out. Not they should be sorting out their own people.
Well,
living in
I think you know the answer, Roy. It's corruption, and that is what it is. Corruption, plain and simple.
I shall.
Cloud Cartel says, Mark, Drunk Bar's watermelon splash has great flavour but bad airflow. Righty ho. Eden Rufus, evening to you. Who else have we had join since then? Yeah, so I don't know if Boris has got an answer to my question. I am only joking as well, folks. It's just a bit of fun. Graham, I think I said hello to already. Lynn, I'm sure I did. Who else have we got in here? Anyone else in chat join that anyone saw? Where's Laurie tonight? No Laurie.
Laurie would be back in the UK.
I think she's back in the UK, isn't she? Yeah. Vapor Queen Becky. Evening, Vapor Queen Becky. What's this? Free Rider Vapor. Good evening to you. Nikki Maynard, if I didn't say hello to you, good evening to you. Becky, dear girl from Boris. Who else have we got in here? A lot of Boris. Kieran, another vote train. Evening, Kieran. How's your plugs? How's your wiring? Hopefully coming on well. Rufus. Violator on Boxer, Lipo, Ancient Elixir, and the blue protein shake that tastes like lard. Anyone else have we got in chat? Mark Trigwell. I think I said hello to Mark. Yeah, it said the Moland. Thank you, Mark, for filling me in on that one. There you go. Put that one in chat. Rufus named it. Rufus did it. Oh, yeah, Rufus as well. We can't show favouritism here. Got to put Rufus in too. Rob, UK Vapester. Good evening. Nice to see you.
Evening, Robster. Long time no speak.
Long time no see. Long time no see. And Graham, mango. Yeah, you want the mango. So there you go. I knew there was one or two people in chat here that were waiting for that as well. And papaya, says Rufus. Yep. Mango should get a real cheat. Adrian, 1.6 mil. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Presumably you're talking about the insert. That's what I was hoping they were going to do, because there's a 1.2, I think, and a 2 mil and a 2.5. I just think a 1.6 would have been good. And I've told Ambition to do that, and they might actually be making it as well now. So, these blanks might be pretty surplus, but hopefully not. Hopefully we'll all have a bit of fun. Rufus, let's have a look, Mark. Is he talking about my coil? Shall I show everyone my coil?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
I think you've got quite a few people intrigued. I think you should.
Meshwick and old school. Yeah, it's like a bit like the old Genesis tanks, wasn't it, Adrian? Right, let's take this off. I think I can add this camera to the screen, can't I? Somewhere. This should be interesting.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Try this one. No, nothing's happened, does it?
No.
Oh, no. No. It doesn't want to come on for some reason. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Table cam. Yeah, it's the only table cam. What's occurring?
Jackson, you taking off?
What?
You taking off, Jackson?
Yeah, fly.
Right. Well, I can do it. I wonder if I can just. Shall I add it as a little? Shall I add it as a little screen, or shall I put it on as a big one?
That is a big one.
Big one. So it gets rid of all.
How brave are you feeling?
Oh, but if I put it on as a big one, oh no, I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it. It won't let me do that either. What's occurring?
Just assign it to my screen if you have to.
Oh, I know what I've done. I've got to unlock. Right. I had the main screen locked. Right, let's try it now. I think it's... there you go. It's in place of me.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. See, it's only been a week and I forget how to do anything. Let's move some of this
Well,
up.
sure. We've only been missing 2 weeks. You forgot my name last week, so nothing new there.
Do you know what? I wondered if you'd pick up on that. Someone said something in our chat about who's someone. I said, don't ask me. I can't remember anyone's name. And I thought, I wonder if Roy will pick up on that. Oh, sorry, Roy. Yeah, I'm just. It wasn't intentional. I think you know that. Right. Again, don't judge me for this coil. I've been bashing this all day. Right.
You've been bashing the bishop all day.
I've been bashing it all day. Come on, focus. There you go. Can you see it?
Roy's not lost his sense of humour. He's just got the cold.
Yeah, well, sort of.
Can you see it or not?
It looks black as hell, Mark, that coil.
Well, it's not that much black. It's black currant raspberry lime, so it goes black in no time. But you've got the stainless steel mesh going through the middle.
I'm just trying to zoom in my screen here so I can see it.
And then just drop some cotton down the outside and just roll it over the top so it juices up that stainless steel mesh.
Leaning the wicks on the actual strip, ain't you?
Yeah, I bought, especially on the right hand side. Yeah. I mean, I don't suppose you really have to. I just think, well, I want it caked in juice. So let's see if we can.
No, I'm going to try that.
See if we can do a fire, and you can see what it's the fire's like. Hang on. Are we connected? Yeah. We are. Right. Come on, I've got to hold this thing still. Do you know what? I thought it wasn't very bright in here. What a grade A pillock I am. Turn the light on, shall we? Come on, focus in. There you go. You can probably see it better like that, can't you?
Yeah.
What a lovely even vape, and that won't burn anything.
It comes across well smooth.
Yep.
Yeah, now I'm trying that, Mark. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm liking this.
Yeah, you can't get a dry hit because there's nothing there to burn, is there?
Yeah. No, that's right.
Give it a go,
Yeah.
Jackson. Works really
yeah.
well.
A little tamper around with that.
Right, let me just put this back together. There'll be a short
I could
delay.
say happy 16th birthday to my stepdaughter, Kira Ann. Hope she's having
Whose birthday was that, Roy?
Stepdaughter Kira Ann.
All right.
Michelle's daughter. 16 today.
16.
I'm glad she liked the cup, by the way. I saw the picture. I'm glad she liked the cup.
You did.
Yeah, that's good.
There you
I
go.
haven't seen that.
He's well chuffed with himself with that wick.
So, what do you reckon then, boys? You tried a mesh wick before? Any of you?
No, I haven't.
No?
I probably have in the past, but I haven't had the patience, and I've went, to hell with it. Maybe if
No,
I saw a wicking
definitely.
tutorial
No,
on
no,
YouTube
no.
about it, I might do it
I
again.
bet you, James, it would work well in that Tayfun GT.
Yeah, it probably would actually.
Yeah.
Just considering how because it's very easy to wick with cotton. I would imagine it's going to be very simple with.
Yeah. That was
the
when
mesh.
I
Like
very.
a couple of minutes, isn't it?
It doesn't take long. Honestly, it doesn't
No,
take long.
man.
And when you want to change your wick, just pull out your cotton and just put
Yeah.
some new in the side. You ain't got to go
Put some
through your
new
coil,
down.
nothing.
Yeah.
Mesh wick and old school.
Well, the cogs are turning.
Adrian, why don't we do it more often? Why are we all? It's like everyone does it with cotton, so we all do it with cotton. But why don't we try these new things and stick with them for a bit longer? I reckon. Anyone else? Is there a 3.2 volt kickboard? No idea. Resistance oot. Yeah, the resistance is fine on it. It doesn't change it because you've got rid of that by heating it up. I think the one thing you shouldn't do is don't burn it until it's like white, because then it can give off things that are like harmful to you. So just do it like a red glow on the stainless steel.
Yeah.
Boris, what's he put? I think we're paying them to ferry them over to how many dinghies can you buy with that? When you think 50 million, so much money, isn't it?
That's a big chunk of change.
Oh, there you go. Graham says it's actually 56 million, so more than £1 million a week. We're not getting. If you gave everyone who came over 100 grand, it doesn't add up to that, does it? So weird, bizarre.
Because obviously, it's not been in the not been in the European Union. You would think like
Ian and Michelle.
France, that money that we're giving to you guys, we're now going to actually invest and do something with that money, either maybe very similar or something completely different. To what you guys are doing, because it's clearly not working. Because they're still coming over and
It's not
the
working,
smallest of boats and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I accept that a lot of like Graham has just said, why don't they go to the first safest country? I accept that a lot of those first safest countries are absolutely inundated with people and are bursting at the seams. We all got to share, I guess, the burden, but
that's what the definition of asylum seeker is. An asylum seeker doesn't, or if is the first safe country you come to, but they're going through, was it 21 other countries? Just even to get to France. And like they are, the government is not doing their own part. They actually are. They're flying ones out of countries and bringing them in on planes. So these are illegal immigrants and legal asylum seekers and illegal refugees. Refugee.
I just Rufus' comment. I put it on the screen. Quite amusing. Right. Okay. I got started some stuff here now. No, they're not crossing at the moment. See, it's a bit choppy. There you go.
Jesus Christ.
Garrett, hi from
Oh, we're all
Belgium.
going to hell.
Garrett. There you go. Kieran, 2 days and fingers crossed, all finished. Excellent, Kieran. I bet you can't wait. House in an upheaval, it's not fun for anyone, is it? So, yeah, not good. Billy Nolan, good evening. How are you? Yeah, the wasp situation. It's funny, isn't it? You mentioned something on this show, and one of your subscribers watches it on the catch-up and contacts me and says, I understand you've got wasps. I'll send you some stuff to get rid of them. How nice was that? And they have arrived today in the post. And I'm not allowed to say the word, I don't think. They're smoke things that you can't say that starting with a B. That
they extinguish the lives of wasps. That's what you can say.
But yeah, fantastic. And you know who you are. You'll watch it on the catch up. A massive thank you. Really appreciate it. So we've had, I don't know where they come from. They've been coming, I reckon, through light fittings or something. Every day we're picking up 3 or 4 wasps in the house. And I opened the loft hatch and honestly, it was just like, oh no, I'm shutting that. They were everywhere. There you go. Wayne, good evening to you. Coil killer. A slug caught in metal. I don't know what that is. Jackson trying to put... here, there's one for Jackson. Let's put it on the broadcast so we can read it. Trying to purchase some ice concentrate without menthol to add to my liquid. Where's the best place to look?
Flavor Boss. That's where I get mine from. I get my WS-23 from Flavor Boss.
Flavor Boss, there you go. Yeah. What's Kieran put here? 2D roll, Jenny style, as I used to call it. So, Kieran, you've done old Jenny style. I know you have. Have you thought of doing it in the more updated RTAs, or have we just forgotten about it? Should we remember things sometimes and go back to them? Does it gunk up? No, not that I've noticed. I've had this one in here for about 5 days and been vaping it. In fact, I haven't felt, when you feel that the cotton tastes a bit funky, I haven't noticed that. So no, I wouldn't say it does gunk up. I would say it stays cleaner for longer. Adrian, was that the 415? I thought you were going to show the Bishop. Yeah, well, I've got it in both, Adrian. I've got it in the Bishop and the 415. But yes, it was as I said, the Ed 4:15. But yeah, 415. And they are on the site.
So now that you've got the basically the identical wick in both of those, the Bishop and in the Ed 415, what do you prefer?
I like them both, to be honest, but it's a good question. I think the 415 is slightly, is it smoother? I don't know. This is more open. But I'm getting really good flavour out of both of them. I would say, Roy, you've touched on this before. If you get the different top for the Bishop, it's just so easy to fill, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. 100%. The bell cap.
That's the one you fill from the top, isn't it?
Yeah, you just twist that top bit to fill it. The only thing you have to be careful with that is if you put it in your pocket and put it upside down, sometimes it can twist and let just go all over your pocket. But considering I just use this on the desk, it doesn't bother me in that instance. But it's far handier rather than having to take it off, turn it upside down, and fill it, and then turn it. 2 second jobby.
Jessica's comment. I'll let Roy read that.
I'm just replying back to Jessica. I was waiting until you got to reply. But Jessica, absolutely fantastic idea. I'd upgrade it from pellet guns to maybe ball bearings. and high cards.
Evening, Guy. How
That's
are you?
the bit. That comment was brilliant. I just started giggling. It's fucking brilliant.
Guy, I think you may have been one of the people asking in the past. Black currant, raspberry and lime, and mango, peach and papaya. Mango, peach and papaya, yeah. Both concentrates now in stock. I'm sure you were one of the people. So that's good. Graham, what's Graham put here? They're coming to the UK because they've been told that they'll be given a house fully furnished and money to live on. I don't know. I think that was a thing in the past, but I don't think we're quite as lenient now, are we? I don't know.
The thing is, like, a lot of
put up in 4-star hotels.
Are they still? Right.
Yeah, there's a hotel not far from here, about 20 miles away from here. They brought ones up from Dublin and put them into it. And they cancelled weddings, they cancelled everything else to house 37 immigrants.
Yeah. Yeah, no, right, touched on that. Obviously, my missus used to be in the hotel industry, and the hotel eventually shut down for asylum seekers. And, I'm not tarring them all with the same brush, but she used to have security escort her around the hotel, and that's working now.
Yeah.
So, she ended up giving it up because obviously I weren't happy with it. She never felt safe at all. And then when you've got, you're at work and you've got security escorting you around in a hotel, it's a bit like, so we do have them here.
And again, not to tar them all with the same brush, but here in Ballymena, we have had Polish here for 30, 40 years. Nicest group of people. You would meet, hardworking. They get plumbers, they're electricians, they're filling the jobs that need it filled. But we tend, over the last six or 7 years, we've had an influx of Roma gypsies, and every week, they all drive around the big high-powered cars that people can't afford to run or insure. They don't tax it, they don't insure it, they don't have driving licenses. The cars are getting lifted them off every week. They're buying them for maybe 300-400 quid. So if they get lifted, they don't care. Every week, there's in the local papers, there's one's been done for indecent exposure. So even the women will just walk along. If they need to go to the toilet, they'll just squat where they are and go to the toilet.
Really? Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There's one done 5 minutes up the road from me. There's a public park. One was done for fondling himself in front of kids and women.
I think we'll move along, Roy. I'll go to Boris's question.
Because the only thing I was going to, not obviously going back to Roy's thing, but what they were talking about, being given a shiny house and things like that and fully furnished. The only way that they would ever know something like that is if they were told by either a relative or a friend that actually made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
that's the only way that I know that would work out is if I was an immigrant living here and I said to Roy, look, come to the UK, you'll get this and get that. It's because I've told him. So they must have been told by someone. They either know or knows the family.
But there's
the people
they get sold a dream, I think, as well, don't they? I think that's what happens.
Some of it, you got to remember, some of them are that badly turned over. They come over here to work. What you got to remember is a lot of them do. Some of the blokes, they get on a coach, they pay X amount of money to come over, promised a job, promised accommodation, and everything like that. They get over here, they put the work in, the hours upon hours. They're shoved into like not even a fucking house, a room with 10 other guys, no washing facilities or anything like that. Do a whole week's work and then hand them over 20 quid. So, it works both ways. So it's some of them you've got to feel sorry for them because they do honestly come over here and they want to work. They're putting the hours in and then they're getting done by the other people and saying, well, there's your wage, 20 quid, and they take the rest of it. So it's
modern slavery, isn't it?
Bang out of order for. So you're getting good and bad and everything, don't you?
100% you do. Boris, Nature Vape, are you getting the new dot mod all in one in old bean? A lot of the one carry isn't looking. Yes, we will. As soon as I can get them, I will get them. So, yeah, they'll be in. Kieran says I still do it in my K fund. There you go. So Kieran does it. So yeah, well, I'm surprised you said you still do it, Kieran. So it's nice that you do. I guess a K fund would be similar to what I've done in the 415. You just drop some cotton in the sides and leave the trouble with the mesh is how some people have done it in like an arch in the past, but as it's very hard to bend, you're better off keeping that straight if you can and feeding it with something else, cotton or whatever. I was looking at you then, Jackson, when I was trying to explain.
I'm interested, Mark. I'm going to try it. I am going to try it.
Give it a crack and let me know how you get on. Because I personally, I think it changes the flavour of flavours as well. It's quite bizarre.
Yeah.
Rufus says he would like a tutorial video on it. So yeah, if Jackson doesn't do it, I will, and maybe we both will. Whatever. Yep.
Yeah.
What else have we got? My advice: roll the mesh. Who's Kieran? Kieran's a man of knowledge. Let's put us on there. My advice: roll the mesh coat in e-liquid and set it alight. Yeah, that's a good idea. Dip it in a bowl of water and repeat to quench it, I guess. A few times, get a nice build up and stops hot spots and shorts. Yeah, I think it also depends on what mesh you're using, but I can tell you, Jackson, that Ambition Mods mesh works really well. I didn't get any hot spots at all coming there.
Yeah, but that's the mesh you got here as well, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Oh, no. I've caught up on chat. Taxpayer screwed again. Country's pissed me off. Graham. Oh no, I can hear a wasp. Is Roy pulsing for anyone else? I don't know what guy means. Is Roy pulsing for anyone else?
Oh, sorry about that. I had a bit of a coughing fit there. I just had to get off the camera to do it. So sorry.
That's all right. No problem. Adrian, Meshwick and Bishop should be easy. Yeah, it is. It's dead easy in the Bishop. The only thing you have to do, Adrian, is where the two holes feed the juice. I tried it without any cotton the first time, and it was gurgly. So I did just have to lay a little bit of cotton on top of the mesh, so the cotton went into that hole, just so it gently fed it, didn't gush through too much. But yeah, apart from that, it's dead easy. And of course, I guess I could have shown the Bishop quicker, but I don't know if that cotton would stay there. Yeah, God Almighty, I'm not showing you lot.
So would you say, like from what we've seen from the 415 and the Bishop, would you say the Bishop's a little bit more fiddly just because of the deck? Would you?
I wouldn't say that either of them are fiddly. I think they're both dead easy. And again, it depends how tight you roll that mesh. I'm getting more of the pop, I suppose, out of the Bishop than I am the 415, because maybe with the 415 I rolled it up a little bit tighter and a bit longer bit of mesh. So just play about with it and have an idea with it. Thank you, Adrian. Thumbs up. Boris, have you and dear TVP made amends yet, Nature Vape? No, we haven't. I haven't spoken to him. Dean Devil Vapor, good evening to you. How are you? So, where does that brings us to 9:25. My word, I don't want to be late tonight, guys. I've got a lot to do. I've got some other stuff to do before I go to bed, so I might even finish this up a little bit earlier tonight. Has anyone else got anything they want to talk about? I've done all the talking. You boys, come on.
When are you getting the new dotty in?
When they're available, Roy. I'll find out actually for next week. I'll come back next week and let everyone know that.
Awesome. Oh, got a wee request for you. Do whatever you are next time you're playing around with your website. You know the latest editions.
Latest editions?
Yeah, on the website. In other words, you've got your little feeder tabs at the front, the front page.
Well, you mean featured and most popular and that lot that are on there?
Yeah, your latest editions one.
Yeah.
Better than that, just refresh it.
Getting it a bit more up to date. Yeah, I agree. I noticed that on Sunday, Roy. I was nearly all weekend. I was putting on. I mean, the amount it takes to do there was the Mod 2, and of course you've got the borrow tanks, you've got the Molan. Got it. You got the Molan.
That's him looking at the sticky note he put there earlier.
No, I was looking for it. I haven't got it. The Mod 2 itself in the different colours, and all the different bits. It just takes forever to do it, and a lot of the stuff that I buy, that was the case with that one. No one else has really listed it yet. I think eSig One have actually, but other than them, they haven't. They've put very little about it, and I always like to try and explain and write a little bit about the product, but as I go. So it does take time, and the same with the Thunderhead Creation stuff, the Elite RTAs. No one else has really stocking them and done a write up about them. So I've now tried them both. I understand them, and you try and convey that message across what they're like, and it's in the description. It just takes forever. It's like Tina never sees me. I'm working all during the week, and all weekend there I am tapping away, getting stuff on the website. So yeah, I accept what you say, Roy. You're right, and I did put something on the latest editions as well. I think I put the Mod 2 on there and but there's a lot of old stuff on there as well.
Yeah, both that sold out, the Molan Bridge and the...
Yeah, it's sold out because it hasn't arrived yet.
All right. You've got the Nugget Artery.
Yeah, you're right. I'll do it, Roy, just for you, sir.
Just means I can keep up. Just means I can keep up to date with on their latest.
No, you are 100% right, and it's just time. My site, I tend to have purges on it. I'll spend hours on it and clean it all up a bit. But it's amazing how it sort of slips. And like, so what was the old pods we used to sell? Just Fog, the Minifit. The last 3 of those went out today, and I've had them yonks, so they can now come off the site, and be gone. So it's funny, isn't it? The chap would have bought more if we had more. He loves them and he can't get them anywhere. It's old stuff now, isn't it? But they were a good little pod. I like those, Roy. Do you remember them, the Minifit?
No.
Don't you? They were really good. I think they were made in Korea by a company called Just Fog. Really good. You can put your own coil in them as well. You can make a coil and put them inside them. They're absolutely fantastic.
Sounds.
Was that the one that looked like the Lyra? It was that kind of shape. It was kind of dome shape.
I'm not sure what the Lyra is. It was a little, almost like not a marker pen, like a highlighter pen. It was that sort of shape, almost, but thinner. Yeah. So, Rufus.
And Rufus is just asking how much is the Molan going to be?
It's going to be priced at 24.99. Oh, there you go. Roy's on it. He's looking at it. Yeah, he's looking at it. And the inserts, the blanks, I think they're going to be like £1 each or something. So if you draw one wrong or something, it's not the end of the world. It wasn't as simple just to buy one, because I had to buy 2 lots to give everyone the variation, and I'll show you why. I think it will show up in this one. Yeah, the inside diameter, not only are the holes different, see if that will focus in on that, but the inside diameter is different as well. So it's showing, yeah. So I thought, well, let's get both inside diameters so people can take their pick and really drill into them. I think that's going to be quite easy to drill, to be honest. Not that thick. Yes, drill bits. Let's have some fun.
You're always happy with a drill bit in your hand.
Always, always. I love tinkering. You know that. I love tinkering.
I just got a private a message from someone that's watching. They're asking when is the Mod 2 arriving?
I've got a tracking
Or is it
number.
already on the site?
Yeah, it's on the site. All that will be arriving in, I would say, 3 days. I've got a tracking number for it now. It was sent, bizarrely, it was sent Sunday, I think. A lot of the stuff gets sent at the weekend from these companies. It's quite odd. So I suppose like our early Monday morning, isn't it? It's their Monday morning, sorry. You know. Was that Jessica?
Yes.
Yeah. So it should be in about 3 days. By this time next week, everyone will be able to get one and try one. I think they're
Do you not
priced.
have the wee? Do you not have the wee? The way you had it was the juice would email you when it came in stock.
Don't I have the what, Roy?
You know, the wee notification.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you
on the
not have
side.
that?
There's a tab on the side, on the
All
right hand
right, so I
side.
can see it now. Is
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
it's
I was
a
like,
bit. It's a bit like me,
so
Roy. A bit hidden.
A bit
that's the
obscure.
link. That's the link to the sun. That's the link to the box or the 2.0 box. So if you go, as Mark says, if you go to the right hand side, notify me when available. You'll get
Hmm.
notified when he puts it live on the site.
When it gets live, you'll be flashed an email and you can order it straight away. But there's plenty coming. I have ordered quite a lot because I think they're going to be pretty popular. And they look. It's one of these things. They probably look worse in the picture than they do in your hand. It looks quite boxing, funny in the picture, but in your hand, it's actually not. I think they're really good, really good.
And then the
When
second link I put in for
when you
anybody
look
that's
at
won it is the Mullen Bridge.
the
Molen
way that
Bridge.
it looks like they've basically taken the billet box and taken. The only way I can describe it is they've like snapped it in half, so all the buttons go on the front. They've kind of like
I guess they haven't
twisted
in
it.
a way. Yeah, they're just
They've kind of twisted it all around, which is it's unique.
Yeah, I think
Instead
it's
of
great.
it's all like the .io, everything's kind of all on the side. It's actually on the front panel, which is quite
Yeah.
unusual.
What was the other one called that they used to have that did that? I've got the box here somewhere. The SXK did the SUP box. That was it. The SUP box. That was quite similar. But I think this is a step up from the SUP box. Would be my opinion. What was that, Roy, about the Molen? What were you saying?
I put the link in for the Mullen as well. If anybody wants it, so they can do the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
It's not even a matter of numbers. It's just a matter of them people knowing once it comes into stock if they're wanting to get their hands on it straight away. So
Yeah, that works
like,
site wide with everything that does. That you can just hit that tab. It's on the whole website. So I haven't had it that long, so maybe people aren't used to using it. And of course, when they do come in, remember, punch this in, and for the people watching, you will get 10% off. Put it in as your code. What about that? So
there you go.
10% right across the site.
A wee cheeky discount as well. How thoughtful.
Well, what's that? $99.99 that mod? When you look at that, it's a tenner, isn't it?
That's a tenner off it.
That's 10 quid. So it's worth having. Worth having. Yeah, thank you, Roy, for putting those links in.
It definitely, like you said, it definitely is because you can do so much with it. So I look like, for example, if I were to say to someone, "Oh yeah, that's like as a gift," I said, "Look, if that's the one I want," they go, "Yeah, but as somebody who's experienced, I go, well, I can do this with it, I can do that with it, you can do at least 5 different things with it," and they'd be like, right, okay,
yeah,
just look at you like you have 2 heads.
You can add. Whereas when one of these boxes, you can use the Nautilus coils in there as well. If you got the right bridge, which I think a lot of people have got these bridges now. Here we are, here's one. Here's a bridge. Come here. Squeeze it out of that box. This one's the SVP one, so there you go, it's the Nautilus bridge. So you just put the Nautilus coil between the two, straight in that borrow tank, and off you go. If you like the stock coils, the Nautilus bridges, you can use them as well.
You can even have a borrowed. I wouldn't say it's a tank as such, but you can have the connection that has a 510 threading on the top of it, and you can put a tank on the top of the mod as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I had
So
mine
there's
going
so
like
much.
that the other day.
It's so diverse. It's like a Swiss Army knife. It does everything.
That's a good description. Swiss Army knife. I can't get this box to back together. There we go. That's done.
Sorry. It's like stupid Tavidge had the short bridge.
My precariously
all over
placed boxes that seem to just pile up and pile up. There you go. More trial. Oh, right. Boris is still on politics. Stirred him up tonight about the 50 odd million, didn't we?
Because Boris, you can't do nothing. You brought that wee Gretna lassie over, and all she's done is just cause havoc.
Jessica wants, so the Molan comes in with a kit. Yes, it does. There are two kits, Jessica, basically. The Mod 2 comes in two versions. It's this version, which has got absolutely everything in it, and that's the only version I'm selling. And there's a basic version, a bit like when you buy a DeWalt drill, you get a body only, or you can get one with the battery and everything else. So it doesn't come with a battery. To say that. But ours comes with the Molan bridge and everything else with it, and the little, what did Billet Box used to call that thing you were on about, James? Was that a fire wand or something? I think
it's had so many different names. It just looks like a blank. Yeah, it's basically a blank borrow tank with a 510 connection on the top of it, which obviously goes in the top, and the other bit makes a connection. Yeah,
I did have a borrow tank around here somewhere, an old.
I think Tony B did one very similar as well. It was literally just a little screw that you put in.
Here's a borrow tank.
I actually dread to see what this man's office looks like. It must just look like shoe boxes everywhere.
Stuff everywhere. So, of course, no, you wouldn't be able to do it in the borrow tank. Egypt, you don't need the borrow tank. So it just, well, hang on. Let's do it. So, in fact, let's go on the table. Table. There. So let's get rid of the box. My dropped mods everywhere and boxes. Get rid of that. Put that there. Blow the dust off it. Right, so I've just taken the front cover off here. So if you just unscrew that. Knocking boxes off everywhere. Flick
just up a wee bit in your camera.
Sorry, I was just flicking this out. Drop that through from the top and screw it up. I might have to go. Here we go. We're away. 20p piece. I've always got one laying around here for this. Apart from today.
I suppose you could always put your tank on it and then turn it. I don't know if that would work.
Ooh, should I be using this bit? No. Right, hang on. Let me find something.
You got a knife?
Have I got any money in my pocket? No, because I'm a pauper. Hang on.
No, you're like the Queen. You don't carry money. You just
lay me on the beach and give me a house. I found 20p.
What's
just
a penny?
Lay me on the beach. I'll just talk nonsense. I don't understand. Right, there you go. So that goes on there. Let's just chuck this on here. That'll do. And like a true bloody hero, I've Only I could do that. I took the bishop off and I've done it too quick. There you go. And I pulled it off at the same time. The base, that is. Actually, let's get this 100% right. You can then put that in there. That won't now come off because the tank stops it. And
there you have it.
We're on 13 watts, so we can go back up to me, and then you can vape your RTA. So it then becomes a mod, as quick and as simple as that. So it's a spare mod, isn't it? 60 watt mod. There you go. That didn't take long. I'll take that apart in a little while. Boxes on the keyboard. Oh my god, we're lucky we didn't get cut off there, aren't we? They're still talking about that. Rufus, did the SUP box sell well? The SUP box, Rufus, did sell quite well, and I liked the SUP box because again it was gadgety and it's sort of thing that I like. But it was a lot harder to assemble and disassemble and get the things in you wanted than this is. This is so much easier. The SUP box had a floating plate on the top, and that was my biggest gripe with it. So Kieran's laughing. I don't know why. Guy now will definitely buy one. I don't know why I've changed his mind for that or confirmed it. I don't know, but good.
maybe because not only does it need to is it a billet box, but it's also a mod at the same time. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, it could be.
It's got a lot of functionality to it.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth a look.
Yeah, anything that takes that borrow tank like that, it will fit in there. Anything.
I might get one after Christmas. Because I'm on a vape ban at the moment. I'm not allowed to buy anything, so I might get one after Christmas. What's
Vipon Titter, all-in-one, coming soon. Have you seen it in Martin H. Vote? Looks pretty good. New company, Delrin Body. No, I haven't, Graham. Haven't seen that. I've seen the Cthulhu dot mod. No, they're doing the like billet box, aren't they? Cthulhu are their own version of. But no, I haven't seen that. Let me write that down. I'll have a look.
I thought that was like a typo there. But let's see, Vipo.
Write it on here. See, it's always nice.
I'm going on Google.
You're going to have a look. Hey, have a look, James. Vipon. Titter. All in one. There you go. That's written down so we can have a look for that later on. Boris, what is it with all the sudden billet box copies? Even the Cthulhu, they are Cthulhu made one. Vupu will be next with a leather strip. Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Ambition Mods actually. Am I allowed to tell you this? I suppose I am. Yeah, shall I? Yes, I will. No secrets really, are there? And I said to them that you really need to make a bridge like you have for the borrow tank, but make it for the dot mod. Roy's ears, Michelle's ears. And they said, yeah, watch this space, basically. So I think that's on its way. So there is something coming. So I hope they do, because it is a really, really good bridge. Really good. So that'd be nice.
I've sent you a picture of it.
Oh, have you? Oh, brilliant. Adrian, the issue I have is that the bridges... Yeah, that's my phone. That's my wrist just went...
Everyone else starts sending him messages. He'll think he's having a moment. It looks very nice, actually.
The issue I have
don't
is
think
that bridges cost more than an RTA. Yeah, they do in a lot of cases, but this one doesn't. So that's all right. Sorry, what were you saying, James?
It does look very nice. I would show it on the screen, but this phone's quite reflective.
Where did you send
it? Any justice?
Messenger, wasn't it? Yeah.
To your Facebook Messenger.
Oh, so
that's on their
link.
Facebook. Yeah.
Good God, that's the longest link in the world.
Yep.
Oh, where are we going here? No, that can't be the link. That's massive, that link. It goes on and on and on.
Wonder if it'll show. Hold on.
Yeah, try it.
Turn down, you pain in the bum. No, I don't think it's going to show. Glare off my things. No, it's not going to show.
Yeah,
It's
can see it a bit. Can see. I'll have a look later. We'll have a look. Mark, what's Mark put here? Anyone else had any trouble with international shipping on vape gear? The genuine billet box I ordered got all the way to the depot, 5 miles from my house. Then they've shipped it. Oh no! Back to the sender. That's infuriating, isn't it? I have heard, Mark, that there's a lot of people have problems with international shipping, and we certainly have, sending things out the other way. Is that you again? Show him another look.
Yeah, it's from the actual website. That's their actual website. Is it okay if I pop it in chat if anyone wants to see it?
Yeah, of course you can.
There you go. Everyone just copy and paste that. That's the one that Graham was talking about. It's very clean looking, I have to say. It's a clean looking little device.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I quite like it. I'm quite a sucker for white. I do like the white one. Says the iPhone user. I do like it in the white.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. Did you? I don't know if my phone will show it any better than yours. It's not actually that easy to see on the website, but any old how. Yeah. So international shipping, it's not easy either way. Both going out from us and coming back into us. A right nuisance at the moment. Rufus Reese Moggs will have a mink roast on Boris. Did you hear Reese Mogg when he said about the not wearing a mask? He said, "Yeah, but we all know each other." I've never heard such a stupid statement in all my life. Dean, probably because billets are overpriced and overhyped. Crap. Kind of like the £3,000 mix of 50,000 3D printed models. Yes, but Dean, I happen to know you have an all-in-one coming soon. You've probably already got it.
That's like Dean makes a very fair point. Like when the first original billet boxes came out, you were lucky if you got one. You can get one third-handed now because a lot of people, when they get it second-hand, they do not want to let go of it.
Yeah,
so that's why these companies are doing this. It's like the circle's going back on itself again.
It's a weird setup with them. I mean, I tried to order billet boxes, genuine ones. I also tried to be a seller for them, and they didn't even respond to 2 really long emails I sent them to, and really, I did everything but grovel, I think, and they didn't even reply and say no, we'd rather not, nothing. I just thought, right, well, that was when I decided to stock the SXK ones. To be honest, I thought if that's as nice as they are and good as they are, that's what I'll do. Dean tapping away furiously. What's this? Dean, my billet box has just gone bad as juice got up and down the buttons and will now only go one way. Up, good job at round robins. Yeah, what you need to do, Wayne, is take it all apart, undo there's 3 screws, I think, for the front plate. Take them out, take the buttons come out, the little triangles. take them out, and the screen underneath will flip. Take that out as like pull it out, but don't pull it out. Just let it flop, and then just dry it, thoroughly dry it. What I normally do is I put mine near the wood burner. I know not everyone's got a wood burner, but put it in your airing cupboard or something like that. Let it thoroughly dry for a few days, and then put it back together. Dry all the bits you can with a tissue, and then you'll probably find that those buttons will work again. They'll come back to life. That's what normally happens. So I hope that helps. I hope it recovers your billet box for you. Dean, much voltage drop on that 510 extension mark. I probably wouldn't notice it, Dean, to be honest, because that's only 13 watts. But I can't notice a drop. No, I can't.
There probably is if you're like aiming for the the 50 watt mark, or
could be,
you're
but it's only
tap out the device at full 60 probably.
60 watt chip, and it's only really, for mouth to lung, you wouldn't notice any difference whatsoever. I don't notice a difference. So I think Dean should get one of them, don't you, for a review, the old Mod 2. I think you'd like that, wouldn't he?
Discount code in the description.
You ought to say again.
I said discount code in the chat. I said description the first time. I know it's in the chat.
So there's someone who can tinker with it, Rick. What did Rick say then? Don't know what Rick said. Don't know. Oh, Rick does 3D printed squonkers. Right, okay. Right, I'm there now. And I pretty much caught up again in chat. Well done. I've done well tonight, haven't I?
Done really well.
Really well tonight. Yeah, I think that's about it. And I think we're about at that time. Like I say, I've got loads of other stuff I need to do tonight. So I think I'm going to just cut the show down. Well, certainly on time, by the time we've all said our goodbyes and things. You're welcome, Wayne. Hopefully that works for you. I think it's a 1.3 hex, I think, to unscrew them. I think that's what it is. Either a 1.3 or 1.5, and I think it's a 1.3. So it normally works. Normally it'll bring it back to life. Normally. So my throat is dry. I've done all the talking. Who wants to say goodnight? Is that because I've not let you do the talking, you three? Oh, and chatting away. Who wants to say their good night first?
I'll go. Well, thanks to everybody in the chat for being there and making up the chat and interacting and commenting and doing everything else. Thank you to the other maybe 3 co-hosts. Well, McTavish, Jackson, and the main boss man himself.
Thingy.
Thingy, what do we call him? What's his name?
What's names?
And I'll pass
it
across to not too shabby himself, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you. No, massive thanks to obviously everybody that watches, everybody on the replay, you fellow casters, obviously Mark, the man himself. So massive thanks, and I'll pass it over to Mac.
Thank you very much, Jackson. Like Roy said, thank you to, and Jackson said, thank you to everyone in chat for joining us this evening. So we'll try and make sure that we're more organised for next week with all the notifications, won't we, boss man?
We will. If I have an upgrade next week, I'm not going to do it till after the show. Simple. I'm never doing that again. That was stressful.
And you'll see us lovely for next week, and I'll pass it over to the Big Moss Band, and have a nice night, everyone.
Lovely. Just putting my borrow tank back in there. See, as quick as that. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in as always. For next week, that would be nice if one or two of you in chat had a little go at the stainless steel mesh. What's the worst that can happen? It ain't gonna go too badly wrong for you. And let me know what you think. I think you'll like it. I personally really do. So give it a crack. Don't be afraid of trying. Someone asked me last week, I think, how Winston's getting on, and I'll try and get just a little 2-minute video or something of him. He has grown so much. Tina thinks he's like the Tasmanian devil because he's just so good most of the time, but for like a 20-minute period of the day, he is just an absolute little sod. He's just like a wild thing. So yeah, I'll try and get that done. And yeah, we'll have one or two of these new bits and pieces in. So look forward to next week. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.